Good morning. Up in the air, Macy's iconic balloons are ready to fill the skies for the Thanksgiving Day parade. But strong winds may turn the streets of Manhattan into a no-fly zone. Millions of people waiting to see what this morning holds, with festivities about to get underway. Holiday on hold, an entire Texas town forced to evacuate after a second explosion at a chemical plant. First, the raging flames launching debris into the air and blowing out windows. Now, residents left to deal with the mess. Deal or no deal, an explosive new report on Rudy Giuliani reveals President Trump's personal lawyer was pursuing his own lucrative business deals as well as Mr. Trump's agenda in Ukraine. So how will that affect the relationship between President Trump and one of his closest allies? Those stories plus travel nightmare, hundreds of flights delayed and interstates closed. We have the latest on the conditions for anyone still trying to get home. Into thin air. Authorities are still on the hunt for the brazen thieves who stole priceless jewels and royal treasures from a European museum and vanished without a trace. And Black Friday begins. Some stores are rolling out deals right this minute, so get ready to start shopping. Today, Thursday, November 28, 2019. We are here. Welcome to today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It is Thanksgiving morning. It's one of our favorite times of the year. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
I love waking up with you on this day.
I'm so glad you are here today.
I'm so happy to be here, too. We are going to have a great parade this morning. Yep. So much ahead. We hope you'll stay with us all the way through it, all the way through dinner, dessert, stuffing, everything. Our Today team is spread out across Manhattan. Hoda and I are right here in front of Macy's in Herald Square. We've got Al on the Upper West Side. That's where the parade starts in a few. And Craig and Chanel holding down the fort back in the studio. Guys, good morning.
Well, our top story, you guys, is a parade story. The big question here in New York is, will the high winds disrupt this parade, and will it ground Macy's signature balloons? Everyone's been asking that. NBC's Kerry Sanders along the parade route. Hey, Kerry, good morning.
Morning, guys. It's a glorious morning for a parade heading down that way. You can see that there are lots of police officers and all the crowds on either side's already building. Perhaps it's a little bit parade jitters, but there was the Sesame Street float heading down there. They kind of clipped one of the police cars. From what we understand, nobody was seriously injured. The good news is right over here, what I heard just a short time ago. I heard the hiss of helium going into the balloons there. So it's a pretty good sign. At least I'm hopeful that these balloons will fly. Along the parade route, there are police officers with gauges like this to check the wind. But at the bottom line, the decision, I'm told, if you'll excuse the pun, is still up in the air.
Now we're going to head back to Craig and Chanel in Studio 1A with the other news.
That was nice. Yes. Appreciate his honesty there. Well, the turkey and the trimmings will have to wait for some 60,000 people in Texas who've been forced to evacuate their homes after a pair of explosions at a chemical plant. NBC's Morgan Chesky is in Port Neches, or Neches, I should say, along the Texas-Louisiana border. Morgan, good morning.
Yeah, Chanel, good morning. Shaping up to be an uneasy Thanksgiving day for so many people here. 2 explosions yesterday, and firefighters say another overnight. All of those fueling these flames behind me that are still very much burning. And the concern this morning, a thick plume of black smoke forcing evacuations for miles, turning this community into a ghost town.
Well, there's the man of the hour, the turkey of the hour. It's Thanksgiving morning at 7:30, the 28th of November, 2019. And in just a few minutes, we'll be talking to the Macy's CEO. Yep. He'll get his take on the burning question, whether or not high winds are going to ground those big balloons that we all just love and what makes this parade so special.
And what's weird is 1 minute it's calm and the next minute the winds are gusting, so we're going to have to see how it works out.
Yes, we shall see.
Yeah.
While we're out here in Herald Square, Craig and Chanel are back in the studio. Guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving
to both of you as well. We'll come back to you in just a moment here. Let's get a quick check of today's headlines, though. Treacherous weather also wreaking havoc on travelers. Coast to coast this Thanksgiving, 2 monster storms responsible for shutting down highways, snarling traffic, canceling flights. This is the scene in Minnesota where the State Patrol reported dozens of crashes on Wednesday. Nearly 10 inches of snow fell in Minneapolis, the city's biggest November totals in almost a decade. Out west, more of the same. Slick roads in Northern California caused some major problems for folks who are traveling to their holiday destinations there.
Breaking overnight, North Korea launched 2 unidentified projectiles into the East Sea. That's according to South Korean officials. There's no word on what kind of projectiles were involved. This is the first such launch from North Korea in nearly a month, and it comes amid a stalemate in denuclearization talks between Pyongyang and Washington.
An Arizona teenager found herself stuck between a rock and a hard place on Wednesday night. A 17-year-old was locked out of her house. Instead of calling for help, she climbed up on the roof. She tried to make her way down the chimney just like Santa. But as you guessed, perhaps, she got stuck.
Yikes.
Somehow, though, she was able to call 911, and 45 minutes later, you see them there, the firefighters. They showed up. They pulled her out. Not hurt, but badly in need of a shower.
I don't know how that would end if you're going down the chimney. That can't be a smooth ride.
No. She found out.
Yes.
Let's send it back out to Miss Guthrie. Miss Copy, we are about 90 minutes away from the start of this thing.
That's right. Only one guy needs to be going down the chimney. Anyway, here we are down at Herald Square in front of Macy's in the heart of Manhattan. It's the 93rd annual Thanksgiving Day Parade that's about to start, I guess, about 90 minutes from now. And here with us is Jeff Gannett. He's the chairman and CEO of Macy's, Inc. Jeff, good morning.
Hey, Jeff. Good morning. Hello to Savannah.